Struggles continue. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Stats Show video cast turner recapping this afternoon's game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals as the Phillies lose 9-4 to the Cardinals and they get smacked around in this one. Yadier Molina was killing the Phillies this afternoon, and Matt Moore just isn't it, ladies and gentlemen. The Matt Moore experiment has not worked out, and I think it's time that Dave Dombrowski seriously looks into the free agent market. There are some options out there with Cole Hamels and Rick Porcello, so I think he needs to get on that phone. Now, guys, before getting this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. I was there this afternoon, section 104 in right field to cheer on the Phils. A little bit of news. Bryce Harper scratched from the starting lineup this afternoon with some back soreness, right? He's day-to-day. That's not very good news for the Phils. Just wanted to jump into it. So we did not even get to see him pinch it. I did not think we were going to see him pinch it. After I saw the day-to-day, you need to take it slow, I'm like, we're not even going to see him pinch it. I thought maybe it was just a day off. That's what it seemed like at first. So I'm like, oh, I'm probably going to see him pinch it. Once I heard about the back problems, I'm like, probably not going to pinch it. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, it's a problem that he was dealing with last season. So this is not good, right? I mean, I don't know, with suspicion that maybe he was playing hurt. I mean, this guy plays hurt all the time. Everyone always knocks him and calls him a baby and, oh, he's weak. I mean, this guy's not weak. This guy plays through injuries all the time. He did it in 2016. He did. It was never proven. There's speculation that he did it in 2016, and I think he probably did. So this guy is no baby. He wants to play. He's a fighter, right? He's a fighter. He's a tough player, right? I mean, this guy wants to go out there every single day. So I mean, that's frustrating for him. I mean, that's a reoccurring issue, right, with the back. I mean, that lingers. That's not very good news for the Phillies with Bryce. I mean, we need him healthy. And it seemed like during the offseason, he said it went away, and then spring training he felt good, and it's not good here, ladies and gentlemen. On the 14th game of the season, now we're having these issues again. So hopefully, he feels better, right? I mean, that is very, very serious. So hopefully he's okay. But had that pretty good game last night with that 2 RBI double. But this game for the Phillies is not the best. Yadier Molina, man, he was just killing the Phillies this afternoon. 4 RBIs, 2 home runs. So, man, oh man, it hit his 12th and 13th career home run against the Phils. So, wow, this crazy. He was just murdering the Phillies this afternoon. As we jump into scoring summary, bottom of the first inning, started off great. It started off great. You know, what a great way to put the pressure on the other team. Score first as Alec Bohm singles on a line drive to left field. Rhys Hoskins scores, and it's now 1-0 Phillies. That was with 2 outs, too, might I add. I love to see that. And Rhys Hoskins had himself a 3-hit ball game this afternoon. He was great. I mean, he was great. Hitting the ball to all fields. I love to see that at Rhys Hoskins. I just love to see that. I mean, this guy had a really treacherous road trip. He's starting to bounce back a little bit. How about Alec Bohm getting the job done with 2 outs, right? I mean, the most fundamental guy on the team gets the job done, so that's great. I mean, it wasn't even really a fundamental situation since there were 2 outs, but nevertheless, he still got the job done, which you always love to see. Then top 3. This is when things started unraveling. We lost the lead the rest of the ball game. That was the only time we had the lead right there in the bottom of the first inning up until the top of the third inning. Yadier Molina, the 38-year-old catcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, still going strong. He homers on a fly ball to left field. It was kind of down the line. And 3 runs shot that scores Goldschmidt and Arenado, and the Cardinals now take a 3-1 lead. The boos were insanely loud there at CBP, only with 25% of the fans there, not even, right, because I don't think that was a sellout. So the boos, I mean, it felt like a normal, packed crowd, all right? I mean, the boos were just so loud for Matt Moore, who allowed that home run. I mean, he was just not looking. First, 7 pitches of the game, were all balls. I mean, it just was terrible. He wasn't locating well. Going back to the top of the first inning, I mean, we got to have a first and second jam, nobody out. I mean, this was not locating well at all. And the Matt Moore experiment, I don't know if this was Tim Kelly, friend of the pod, that said this. I saw it. The Matt Moore experiment has not worked out. I mean, that's a perfect way to word it. It has not worked out at all, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a pretty bad. This has not worked in the Phillies' favor. It just has not. And then in the same inning, Paul DeJong, they go back to back as he homers on a fly ball to center field. His 3rd win of the season, and it's now 4-1 St. Louis. So Cardinals go back to back, Molina and Paul DeJong. And Paul DeJong going into this game had a pretty bad batting average. He's able to drive a ball over the wall. So 4-1 Cardinals, and Matt Moore is still getting booed after that. I mean, he should be. I mean, that's pretty pathetic. Man, oh man, he just did not have it in this one at all. Then Dylan Carlson, he doubles on a line drive to left field. Austin Dean scores, and it's now a 5-1 Cardinals lead. I'm like, at that point, I'm like, man, oh man, this is going to be tough. This is going to be very, very tough. And then he gets taken out of the game when in mid-at-bat was Hyun-Soo Kim was up at the plate. The Cardinals starting pitcher, he throws almost near his head. Really, it just goes this insanely high. I don't know what it was. It was hard to see because I was sitting all the way out in right field. And then Joe Girardi comes out. The boos, he got booed off the field. Oh, my goodness gracious. The boos were so loud, as I keep saying. And then also came in to ground ball to third base. And then Alec Bohm with a low throw. Oh, my goodness gracious. Another error. That was an error. Man, oh, man. Got to clean up this defense. You got to clean up this defense. I mean, we saw the first couple of games of the season. Alec Bohm looked like he was starting to make some plays and looked like he was, looking pretty good over there. And then he makes, you saw the errors, on the road trip. But then he makes this other error here. So, I mean, it's just man, oh, man. And we have the pitcher to reach base safely. And not to mention, Dylan Carlson was able to score on that. It's now 6-1 St. Louis. So, man, oh man, that was a treacherous top of the third inning there for the Phils. And we have a 6-run bottom of the second inning last night, and the Cardinals have a 6-run top of the third inning this afternoon. So, wow. So I guess, it's just wow, my, the tables have turned, right? I mean, it's just right back at you, right? The Cardinals are basically saying. Then in the bottom of the third inning, JT went to a grounds out. Right in front of home plate. It was kind of around, he could have tried towards first base, and Molina was able to throw him out, but Gene Segura was able to try home and score, and it's now a 6-2 ball game, so the Phillies getting one closer, and they were not done as Alec Bohm hits a sacrifice fly to left field, a nice fundamental play, as Rhys Hoskins trots home, and it's now a 6-3 ball game. At that point, I'm thinking wow, we just cut the lead in half. We're right back in it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this ball game is far, far from over. It's only the bottom of the third inning, down 3. We can easily do this. No problems asked. No problems asked at all. Then in the top of the fourth inning, Nolan Arenado, I was criticizing him a lot. I was actually in the concourse when this happened. He homered out a fly ball to left field at 2-run shot. Also scored Paul Goldschmidt, his 4th one of the season, and the Cardinals now get 2 of those runs right back, and it's now an 8-3 ball game. At that point, I'm thinking this ball game's over. I think we had a shot if it was 6-3, but after the Arenado home run, I'm like, it's gonna be tough now. It's gonna be really, really tough now. That's definitely not the first time Arenado has homered at CBP. Then Yadier Molina again. He was on a fly ball to left field, his 4th one of the season, the 2nd of the ball game. And it's now 9-3 St. Louis as they just pummel it on. My, oh my, this was just rough. That was all off of Jojo Romero, who just did not have it this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Man, it just was so rough. Then in the bottom of the 5th inning, Didi Gregorius hits a deep fly ball out to right field. It hits off of the very wall right around my section. And Rhys Hoskins scores, and it's now a 9-4 ball game. That was a double for Didi, his first double of the season. So a 9-4 ball game, and that's how your ball game would end. 9-4 your final scores. The Phillies lose as Gene Segura was removed from the ball game after he had a bit of a stomach ache. Gene Segura is just on fire, right? You saw he got another hit today. I mean, this guy is just on fire. It was removed because of that stomach ache, but hopefully he's going to be feeling better soon. But Andrew McCutcheon, it was nice to see him draw those 2 walks, right? It was great to see him get that knock control, those 2 walks. Gene Segura, like I said before, getting that double. I mean, you always love to see that. Gene Segura, man, I mean, this guy's just a hit machine. He just is a hit machine, and you just love to see it. Rhys Hoskins with a 3-hit day. I love to see it. I mean, he had that pretty bad road trip, as I was saying before, and it's so nice to see him come out this afternoon and have a 3-hit day. You always love to see that. JT, went hitless today. He kind of had a rough game, but luckily he was able to drive in the run on the RBI ground out. But with that RBI single clutch like that with 2 outs, he hits that sac fly. Didi Gregorius with 2 knocks. I mean, this guy is just a hit machine. This guy, he's starting up another hit streak, right? I mean, he saw his 11-game hit streak was snapped in New York, and he's starting up a new one. Has a 2-game hit streak. So Matt Drews got the start in right field since Bryce Harper did not start this ball game. But Roman Quinn, hitless in 3 at-bats. I mean, the production that we've gotten out of center field has just been treacherous. So get this. Hear this stat. Hear the stat because it's an important one. Since April 6th, which is a game I went to, Tuesday, April 6th, Phillies starting center fielders have combined to go. Get this, ladies and gentlemen. They'll turn up the volume on your phone, your earbuds, or your phone, whatever you're listening to, TV. Turn it up. Turn it up. The Phillies starting center fielders have combined to go 0 for 27. 0 for 27 That is good for a 0.000 batting average. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a 0.0 batting average, but that is so bad. I don't even have words for that. I mean, that's like disgusting. That's so bad. I cannot believe how bad our production has been in center field this year. It's been so bad. Like, what's going on out there? We try to call it Mickey Moniak. The fans overreacted. I'm not going to say everyone did, but a lot of them did. Like, oh, Mickey Moniak, problems are solved. No way. No way. He came in on a double switch, went 0 for 2 tonight with 2 strikeouts. And how about Rhys Hoskins on that 1 strikeout? Clearly checked the swing, and the umpire said he went. I mean, that was the worst call, and it was so delayed, too, which really bothered me. The umpires tonight, Dan Bellino, I think, was back there behind home plate. He did not do a very good job. Of course, that was not his fault. He was just referring to first base. But, man, that was just not a very good job of that crew tonight. Matt Moore, 2 2/3, 4 hits, 6 runs. Only 5 of them were earned. And 5 walks and 3 strikeouts. He was not locating, as he keeps saying, the 5 walks in his 2 3/3 innings of work. I mean, that's so bad. That's just so terrible. The 2 runs allowed. The Matt Moore experiment, I'm going to say it again, probably like the third time this video, has not worked out at all. It's been bad. It's been really bad. I think we need to make a change. Luckily, we don't have to see Chase Anderson tomorrow, but honestly, Chase Anderson has been much better than Matt Moore. No question about it. Matt Moore has been by far the worst starting pitcher in this rotation all year. There's no question about it. Chase Anderson's been better. He just has. He cannot argue it. You saw he had that decent start in New York when he had the 2-run home run to Dominic Smith. And even the game that I went to April 6th, he wasn't absolutely horrible. Went around like 5 innings. So he's definitely been better than Matt Moore. No question about it. But Joe Romero, rough appearance out of Phillies bullpen tonight. Only a third of an inning, 3 hits, 3 runs. The 2 runs allowed to Arenado and Molina. And how about Vince Velasquez? I mean, we load the bases with no out, and we get out of a bases with a no out chant. How in the world we did that? I have no idea. We went 2 1/3, 3 hits, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. Another guy that just can't locate. And every morning I wake up and I think to myself, and I ask myself the same question: why in the world is Vince Velasquez still on the Philadelphia Phillies roster? Why? Why has he not been DFA'd? And why did we tender his contract last offseason? It makes 0 sense to me. I cannot offer an explanation as to why this guy's still on our roster. I can't. I just don't get it. If you ask me, I cannot give you a reasonable explanation as to why Vince Velasquez is still on our Phillies roster. I just don't get it. Nothing against him personally. He's a wasted roster spot. He just is. Nothing against him personally. He's a waste of a roster spot. He just is. He's just terrible. David Hale, he kind of had some rough appearances coming out of Phillies bullpen so far this season, but tonight looked pretty good. 2 2/3, 2 strikeouts. He was pretty decent tonight. And Hector Neris coming in at top 9th inning, pitching inning, 1 hit with the 2 strikeouts. So later in the ballgame, bullpen settled down with Joe Romero. He looked rough. And Vince Velasquez, getting himself in that bases loaded jam, and he left after striking out to get the first out of the inning, and then that's when David Hale came in to relieve him. So, guys, that's pretty much it. I was at the ballgame. It was nice to be there, but the L always hurts, right? The Phillies are 0-3 the past 3 games I've went to. I went April 6th. They lost that one. I also went September 14, 2019 against the Boston Red Sox. They lost that game as well. And the game prior to that, I think the game, because I went to back-to-back games 2019, and the game prior to that against the Atlanta Braves, remember, I believe we won that series. Because I still did the 2019. A lot of people think I started in 2020. 2018 is my first year doing this. And I went to that series finale against the Braves. I remember we were the Baby Blues. Cesar Hernandez homered in that game in the bottom first inning. So I remember that. That was kind of a fun night. So that's the last time the Phillies have won. I think it's been September 12th, 2019 since the Phillies have won that game that I've went to. So, wow. I mean, hopefully I'm going again next Wednesday against San Francisco Giants 1-5. So hopefully they win then. So guys, thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Link in the description section. At Phillies House Instagram, TikTok for next Instagram. Call or text 267-225-3392. Email me, phillieshouse@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's win the series tomorrow. Rubber game. Aaron Nola on the mound, going against Grant of the St. Louis Cardinals. Let's go Phillies. The finale game, 105. I am Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go Phillies. I'll see you.